As with all risks, you really have four tools that you can use with cybersecurity risk. You can accept it, you can control it, you can transfer it, or you can avoid it, or some combination of all those things. And if we plot those options along with that same consideration of probability it'll happen versus cost if it does, we get something that looks like this. If it's high probability and high cost, that's a risk we really want to mitigate. And if we can't mitigate it, we probably want to avoid it. We're probably going to lose money there. It's not worth it. But if we can reduce the dollar impact of a risk by transferring some of the risk to another party, like subscribing to software data hosting or a backup service or cybersecurity insurance, we can reduce the likelihood of a risk by putting controls around it, security software, people training, business procedures. Ideally, we can do some of both, and we can bring the risk down into low probability and a manageable dollar impact, even if it does happen, and we can accept that risk. So starting example, we've got a business critical system, and I'll keep it generic for this example. We know that if we don't do anything to protect it, if we don't require user logons, if we make it accessible to the internet, if we don't run backups, there's a really good chance it's going to get compromised. And when it gets compromised, we know we won't be able to conduct business. And ouch, that one's high probability and high cost. So let's transfer some of the risk. We subscribe to application as a hosted service. We put a separate cloud-based backup in place, separate from the hosting provider, and we'll apply and we'll get cybersecurity insurance. We'll take the necessary steps. So we've reduced the dollar impact and we transferred some of the risk, but we haven't really reduced the probability of an event yet. So let's do some more. Now we'll put some reasonable controls in place. We'll do email security, we'll do phishing training, we'll put endpoint security in place. We're going to do a mindset of security around this because we want to emphasize to everyone in the organization that it's very important to our business that this be secure. We're reducing the probability of a business impact. You put those things together and we took a risk that was in the avoid quadrant and we brought it down into the accept quadrant by both reducing the potential cost and the likelihood. We can do the same type of thought exercise with other risks like financial fraud via phishing. And fortunately, many of the same security, culture, mindset, tools, and training apply to multiple threats. You're improving your organization's overall posture with each risk that you manage.